She sang in bars at age 8 to help her family survive. Now she has sold over 100 million albums. Welcome to Story Studio 91. Shania Twain stood in a cold shelter in Toronto, Canada. The year was 1987. She was 22 years old. She was homeless. She had no money, no food, no place to sleep. Just months earlier, her mother and stepfather had died in a car accident. Shania was suddenly responsible for her 3 younger siblings. She was their only family, their only hope. Shania took them in, but she could barely take care of herself. She worked at McDonald's during the day. She sang at bars at night. It was not enough. They lost their apartment. They ended up in a homeless shelter. Shania looked at her younger brothers and sisters sleeping on cots. She made a promise. She would get them out of there. She would build a life for them. Music was her only weapon. She would use it to save her family. Shania was born Eileen Regina Edwards in 1965 in Windsor, Ontario. Her biological father abandoned the family when she was 2. Her mother, Sharon, remarried a man named Jerry Twain. Jerry was an Ojibwe man who adopted Shania and gave her his last name. But Jerry was violent. He beat Shania. He beat her mother. He terrorized the family. Shania grew up in constant fear. She never knew when Jerry would explode. The abuse was physical and emotional. Jerry told Shania she was worthless, that she would never amount to anything. Shania believed him for a long time. Money was always a problem. The family was desperately poor. They lived in a small house with no electricity, no running water, no heat in the winter. Shania chopped wood to keep warm. She hunted for food in the forest. Sometimes they had nothing to eat. Shania went to school hungry. She wore the same clothes every day. Other kids made fun of her. They said she smelled. They said she was dirty. Shania felt ashamed. But she had one escape: music. Shania could sing. Really sing. Her voice was powerful and pure. Her mother noticed. When Shania was 8 years old, Sharon started taking her to bars. Late at night, after the drunk crowds had gathered, little Shania would get on stage and sing. Country songs, pop songs, whatever people wanted to hear. Men would throw money at her, a few dollars here and there. The family needed it. So Shania sang, night after night, a child performing in bars to help her family survive. It was wrong, but it was survival. By her teenage years, Shania was performing regularly. She sang at community events, at local festivals, at any place that would have her. Music became her identity, her purpose, her hope for a better life. But Jerry continued to abuse her. The violence got worse. Shania could not take it anymore. At 17, she moved out. She finished high school while working multiple jobs. She sang wherever she could. Small clubs, bars, wedding receptions, anything to make money. Then came that terrible night in 1987. Her mother and stepfather were driving home from work. A logging truck crossed into their lane. The collision killed them both instantly. Shania was devastated. Despite the abuse, Sharon was still her mother, and now she was gone. But Shania had no time to grieve. Her younger siblings needed her. Shania became their legal guardian. She was 22 years old with 3 kids to raise. She moved them all to a small apartment. She worked at McDonald's flipping burgers. She sang at nightclubs for tips. She barely slept. The pressure was crushing. When they lost their apartment and ended up in a shelter, Shania knew something had to change. She could not keep living like this. She decided to take a massive risk. She would move to Nashville. She would try to become a professional country singer. It was a crazy dream. Thousands of singers moved to Nashville every year. Almost all of them failed. But Shania had no other choice. Music was her only shot at a better life. Shania saved every dollar she could. In 1991, she moved to Nashville and recorded a demo tape. She sent it to every record label. Most ignored her, but Mercury Nashville took a chance. They signed her to a small deal. In 1993, Shania released her first album. It flopped. Nobody bought it. Nobody cared. Shania was back to square one. A failed album, no money. 3 siblings depending on her. Most people would have given up. but Shania refused. Then Shania met a music producer named Robert Mutt Lang. He had produced some of the biggest rock albums in history. AC/DC, Def Leppard, Foreigner. Mutt heard Shania's voice and saw something special. He agreed to produce her next album. They worked together for months. They created something revolutionary. Country music with pop and rock influences. Catchy melodies, powerful vocals, songs that felt fresh and modern. In 1995, Shania released The Woman in Me. It exploded. The album sold over 20 million copies worldwide. Shania became a superstar overnight. Songs like Any Man of Mine and Whose Bed Have Your Boots Been Under dominated the radio. Shania went from homeless to famous in just a few years, but she did not stop. In 1997, Shania released Come On Over. It became the best-selling studio album by a female artist in any genre. Over 40 million copies sold worldwide. Songs like Man, I Feel Like a Woman, and You're Still the One became anthems. Shania Twain became the best-selling female country artist of all time. Shania sold over 100 million albums worldwide. She won 5 Grammy Awards. She headlined sold-out tours around the globe. She built a fortune worth over $100 million. The little girl who sang in bars at age 8. The homeless young woman sleeping in shelters. She became one of the most successful musicians in history. But Shania's journey was not smooth. In the 2000s, she lost her voice due to Lyme disease. Doctors said she might never sing again. Shania was devastated. Singing was her identity, her purpose. But she fought back. She underwent years of therapy. She learned to sing again. In 2017, Shania returned with a new album and a massive tour. She proved once again that she was unstoppable. Shania once said something powerful. I really feel like life will dictate itself. You should allow it to unfold as naturally as possible. Just go with the flow. When you are really desperate, you say a few prayers and hope for the best. Shania lived through desperation, through abuse, through homelessness, through loss, but she kept flowing. She kept fighting. She kept singing. Shania also said, it's important to give it all you have while you have the chance. Shania gave everything. She sang in bars as a child. She worked multiple jobs as a young adult. She risked everything to chase a dream, and it paid off beyond her wildest imagination. Your circumstances do not define your destiny. Shania grew up in extreme poverty. She was abused. She was homeless. She was responsible for 3 siblings at 22. But she refused to stay stuck. She used music as her ladder. She climbed out of poverty and into superstardom. Pain can become power. Shania's pain fueled her music. Her songs connected with millions because they were real. They came from struggle, from heartbreak, from survival. Your pain is not wasted. It is your story. It is your strength. Use it. If this story touched your heart, please like the video and subscribe to Story Studio 91. Share this with someone who came from abuse or poverty. Share it with someone who thinks their past is too broken. Remind them that Shania Twain sang in bars at age 8, lived in homeless shelters, and became the best-selling female country artist of all time with over 100 million albums sold. Your past prepares you, it does not define you.